Hi, today I'm going to do a really quick look using only 3 products. I did this look on myself yesterday and I thought my makeup looked really good and very sort of fresh and summery. And then realised after that I'd only used 3 products, so I thought it was a good one for a tutorial. So product number 1, and this is what I actually used, was the YSL Touche Éclat base. You could use whichever base that you normally use. Depending on your skin type, obviously. So I'm just going to blend this using fingers, because I'm not going to use any brushes either, because I actually didn't use any brushes at all. So I'm just working out from the centre of my face and really thinning it out. Just apply wherever you need. And then because I'm not going to use concealer today, I'm going to use foundation to sort of go back into any shadowy areas or any areas that need a bit of concealing, and just pat. So it's going to be a little bit more wherever I need it, and less where I don't. And then under my eyes, using the same product, just as a quick way of concealing. And then just pat it into place. Sort of pat and blend. This foundation is actually really good for this because it's quite an illuminating one, with buildable coverage that's not too heavy. And then any little spots and things, you can just pat a bit more foundation. Obviously it's not as completely flawless as if you were to use a really good concealer and spend ages with a little brush, but for a quick day look it's kind of good enough. Okay, so on to product number 2, and for this I used this lipstick, which is one of the new gel lipsticks. So it's a gel textured lipstick, quite sheer, from Laura Mercier, and it's kind of like a bright neon pink, which is sort of faded out, so a sort of faded out neon, so it's quite pastel-y in a way, and this is just a really pretty colour. Obviously it's not for all skin tones, so whatever skin tone would suit you well as lipstick. I'm going to use this for lipstick, blusher and eyeshadow. So starting with cheeks and just tapping and patting into place, really smoothing out those edges. Because this is a gel texture, it hasn't got that sort of draggy texture to it. It sort of feels very smoothing. And there are lots of sort of lipsticks on the market now that have that sort of transparent, hydrating, but at the same time they're not too greasy or creamy. Especially this summer, there's lots of brands have them. So just really smoothing out. Add a little bit more where you need it. The only time I'd say not to do this is if you've got a lot of acne on your cheeks, because obviously you're going to rub off your foundation and expose any spots. So if you've got 1 or 2 it's fine, but otherwise avoid this technique. I also used it on my eyes, but because it's a pink I didn't use it up here because then they would look quite sore, but I just used it in the centre of my lid. And again, just sort of pat it into place. Just gives a sort of sheen, really. You don't want a lot of colour, but kind of a healthy sheen. And then for lips, you really see the colour a lot more on lips. Next I'm going to curl my eyelashes, so on to product number 3, and that was mascara. And curl them first, and then I use the DHC mascara. And because I'm not going to be using any eyeliner, I make sure I get right down to the roots of the lashes. And a good tip if you're someone that's used to wearing eyeliner, I usually wear a little bit or something underneath my eyes, is to do what I've done here, which is when you use your mascara, just go right down to your roots and just pat a little bit on. And a little bit will go onto the skin. And then you can use a Q-tip if you want to, just to blend it in. It just gives the illusion of a kind of lined eye without using liner, and you can do the same on the top as well if you want. So that's the finished look. I used just 3 products, and that's the kind of look that really shouldn't take you more than a few minutes to do. So brilliant if you're on the run. Obviously it's not as perfect in the skin as if you were to spend a while doing proper concealing, but I think the effect is just really fresh. And just choose a lip colour that works for your skin tone, so probably peachier tone, whatever you wear in the summer if you're more olive skin, and a richer tone if you have darker skin. But if it looks good on the lips, then my guess is it looks good against your skin, and it will look good on your cheeks and a little bit on your eyelids for shine and a little hint of colour. So yeah, it's super quick and extremely easy. If you wanted to add one more product, I would say for those of you that cannot live without filling your brows in, then of course add one more product to do your brows. But otherwise, 3 products, a couple of minutes and go.